that has really risen in priority in the week that BLG and AL have actually been gone from the LPL.
All right, early game, I really love what we have here from Anyone's Legend.
Whoa!
Oh!
Hold on! Hold the gyos! There's a flash! Bin had to flash away! What is happening? Tarzan flashes too! Oh my god, he's gonna bramble smash over the wall!
He's dead!
Bin's gonna die before the gyos even finish off! Don't stop cheering! It's AL picking up first blood! But now Bin's in the zombie form and the rest of BLG are trying to collapse Shadowlands a chomp, but that's all he's gonna get!
The bottom side jungle makes it tough for Tarzan to contest for his camp, so he'll only lose out on his red.
Crash down land. There's a big Valk as well onto On. Ignite's ticking. On the other flash away sooner. He'll just go down. Using that summoner spell to his advantage. Hope's gonna have to pop the barrier. Second proc of the W lands onto Elk, but he's got his lethal tempo. Both in terms of his individual gameplay, but also his leadership value, as you mentioned. Beishwan maybe not necessarily have teleport if they want to join the fray. For Flandre just getting close to that level 11. Not there just yet, just gain 10 I should say. Is On going to go in with two-man pull and start the fight in earnest before the teleports do arrive. It's going to be Flandre here first, has that equalizer available. It's a good position to use it, but going to hold it for now as Tarzan smites it away. There's the engage. Kyle with a Magnet Storm Wombo combo. That's three members of Bilibili already down. And it's going to be Knight and Elk to try to save this team fight for them. The Emperor's Divide does enough, but Flandre still here. He burns down, but Knight's going to be able to pick up one kill back. But he will go down in a trade, 5-1 overall for AL.
This game was so quiet for the first 10 minutes, aside from that level 1, and it immediately breaks open on a second. Their gold and properly punish BLG for trying to go for this dragon now. Going for a second play at this, I do like this coming in from BLG.
Tarzan has Smite, should be able to secure this one with Dado really not in the area. The question is, can BLG win the fight in response? They have a teleport coming in from Knight, and Tarzan's already very low, but they've taken down On. All Elk being targeted a little bit, but it will eventually be three members down. And now Shanks has teleported perhaps to his doom. Now uses the spell shield to get away from that second kill. He'll eventually go down, and now it's going to be the pillar to try to slow things down as Knight will chase down Shanks and eventually secure the kill.
And this is a fantastic spot here for BLG, because while they lose out, immediately moving, Flandre will have teleport in about 15 seconds, but Bin doesn't even want to use this. He wants to be here first. Maybe they make a pick on the Kyle.
Yeah, he's going to have that unstoppable onslaught. Nail landed on top of him.
Can't
Blast
do it.
Cone, though, is going to cancel the knockup, and Kyle's going to live for a little bit longer. The health bars on Elk is already very much in a bad spot, but Kyle going to go in for one more last-ditch effort as he never was able to find an escape. And now Knight's going to dash forward with the shifting stance, not finding the shuffle, though, onto Tarzan. And AL still wants the smoke. Two-man Fate Seal's going to come through from Shanks, but not enough damage just yet until the equalizer comes through from Flandre. Knight is down! So it is a 1-for-1, and you'll take the mid lane for support trade any day of the week, especially with that Rift Herald. Now BLG can get the first hands on this dragon.
Yeah, they just couldn't enter into the river fast enough. You can see that On was already in position. Elk right now trying to hold this mid lane tier 1, and while AL are trading for this dragon, they're going to get 2 turrets across the map right here. This is a massive influx of gold that they're willing to trade for an early game advantage, and that might just mean that Shanks gets his second item a little bit quicker. That might mean that Hope gets his Muramana
It's
that
one
much
or the other. Looks like it might just be both. As this tier 1 tower will be taken down by Flandre very easily.
I love being technically correct. I was like, they'll lose 2 turrets. Did I say whether it was going to be the mid-tier? Not another play, no wards. Wow. One finally spotted out On, channeling the teleport so they can get back onto the map, but there is no vision here from BLG and no chance for them to be able to get this in time for the Otacon.
No ultis available for On or Elk.
Oh, Flandre
still available here. Look at the equalizer. Knight and Elk are just burning, and now the Otacon has been secured. Flandre has his flash. We want to continue the chase, but they're just going to let BLG escape with a warning. You get closer to Flandre, you're going to be tasting a whole lot more flames. As Shanks are going to dash forward and actually cancel some of these resets as well.
Oh, all right. Well, Elk, somehow he loses flash in that fight, so Otacon given over to BLG. Right into this choke. Elk is like, oh god, I gotta get away from this. We're getting right back to live.
Another teleport's gonna come in. It's Shanks looking to join the fray, but it's gonna be immediately responded to by BLG. Elk takes the shutdown, and now it's a numbers advantage here for Bilibili Gaming with the dragon spawning in 5.
Flandra also lost a flash before the Dragon, and this could be their sole point.
The equalizer is still up, so is the Magnetstorm from Kyle if they want to try to fight this in a 5v4. But I think they're
going to give it up.
Know better than it. And BLG going to claim themselves.
Coming for anyone's legend as this game goes on. It's only 24 minutes, but Sivir is in such a good spot here. Finished the call at the same time, so in terms of value or an economy, he's going to be very
for the rest of the team, and that gains AL full control around the area.
They need to start up this Baron immediately. Someone needs to be able to teleport Bin, Knight, both of these guys, both at full HP, but Elk with no mana or no health at this point. Kyle's over the wall trying to stop them. Can they get into this pit?
Shadow has no flash. That's a big gap closer that could be necessary to try to secure a steal, but instead it's anyone's legends backing away for now. Still a 5v5 that has been opened up. Flandra, though, crucially without that equalizer. We've seen how impactful that has been in these 5v5s, so it looks like AL are just using it as a bait and will not actually go for the full flip.
I mean, without the Maokai ultimate, it seems like they're going to just try and do this again. You can see that Tarzan, 8 seconds before that Nature's Grass continues to be back up. And with Elk having his flash up and available, BLG are going to be in a very good position here. AL, this is incredibly risky.
Started it up again. Teleport's already come in from Knight, dishing out some chunk damage. His hope's down to 60%. Elk's done a nice job of regenerating himself. He will be at full HP upon a potential team fight as the Baron was taken to half and then reset once again, but On's going to go forward with that flash headbutt pulled. Bin not be able to find anything with the unstoppable onslaught, though the Nature's Grass finds a whole lot of value. Bin has to flash away. Kyle going forward with the Magnetstorm. Hope valking forward, but he goes into 2 members. He's going to be in a lot of trouble, but look at the equalizer that's now been able to go in, and Flandra's absolutely cooking. Bilibili gaming. It's a triple kill for the Rumble, and only Elk will survive.
Oh my god, Elk barely gets out of that. That could have been an ace. And AL have been teasing this Baron so many times.
Landed on top of him. And crucially, the pillar from Shadow meant that Bin's unstoppable onslaught was not able to land on the Hope. He got turned the wrong way, ended up crashing into the wall. That spell did not end up becoming impactful. This time it does, though, as it lands a knockup on the Flandra. Kyle forcing the crash down to back away, but Bin is just getting instantly deleted. That's the tank Scion getting one shot by Hope, and the equalizer's burning down on. It's another 2-for-0 for anyone's legend.
This game's looking shocked at this point. The solo laners of AL really stepping up and bringing this team over the finish line.
The veteran who's won a world championship in the top lane, and then the new kid who never really been on a top performing international team. Games in a row, a couple series in a row, where Shanks actually had the better against Knight. He's been one of the best players in the LPL all season long. Now anyone's legend with that second dragon are looking for another fight. On does not have his unbreakable will, and so his will be shattered by Tarzan, who picks up another.
Mid-wave, there's even a top lane wave. AL are starting to suffocate BLG out of this game with a 7,000 gold lead at this point. Continuing to move on, they've got 50 seconds with this Baron. They get one more minion wave to try to assault this inhibitor.
Storm onto Shadow. Not even able to use the subjugate, finally able to get the spell off. However, Flandra now being targeted. Elk almost lands the damage, gets it onto Kyle, but Flandra goes golden at the perfect opportunity. He's trying to burn him down, but no! It's 1,100 gold in the back pocket of the Sivir, and BLG have found an overextended anyone's legends. It's Hope and Shank still alive, still pumping out the deeps, but Knight's starting to scale as well. Dodges away from the big one as Bin is going to go down, but he uses the blast cone to try to get over the wall in the zombie form. Not going to be able to chase anyone down just yet, as it is overall a 3-for-1 in favor of BLG.
Jesus Christ, AL, they Yone combo, they want to try to burn this out. The Baron's already almost half HP.
And they know they want to do it quick because the dragon would be Soul. Shadow gets knocked up. Shanks just assassinates his enemy jungler, and he ends up going down, and the snapback is not in time. So Elk's able to make it a 1-for-1, but you will take that if you're AL, because that means Baron's in your hands. You still have to smite, by the way, for the dragon that would secure the soul for BLG.
And another dragon.
You will absolutely take that if you're Shanks. Maybe you wanted to press that E button.
Every single corner that they try to check for, they go for that mid lane turret, and we've seen this repetitive one, but even steal a red buff away from their opponents, and now sieging onto this bottom side. Let's see if they can use this range.
The Nature's Grasp on though, gonna find a really nice engage. Hope's already down to 40% HP, but Kyle finding a 2-man Magnetstorm. Forces Knight to go gold, and he has to flash on out, but here comes Shanks onto the backline dive. Elk's already down. Knight's already down. BLG are down for the count. It is all 5 members in the death chamber as anyone's legends are 5 strong to take game number 1.
That Maokai ultimate over the wall, and even with On finding multiple members, or at least the carries of anyone's legend, Knight not able to get that ultimate away from the Azir, and that's anyone's legend smashing game number 1 in 37 minutes against BA. I can kind of see 1 to 2, 3 lanes of priority here for Tarzan to work with.
Yeah, great matchup into the Gwen specifically. That's why Flandre was picking that away from him. And he's going to either try his best to clear this out and actually be put in a bad spot with Shadow arriving at just the perfect moment. One more auto attack will do it. It's going to be Shadow, the new jungler from BLG, picking up first blood.
And look at this.
Tarzan even come in to help bail you out a little bit. Let's see if they try to extend off to Bin, who's going to get flashed on here. It's going to be a nice return trade as Tarzan, with the Wind Becomes Lightning, gets himself on the board.
Okay, what else can we get from this? A little bit more caution.
Yeah, remember that flash not on cooldown, or sorry, on cooldown for a bit less than a minute, but that minute will be all too crucial as On comes in with the quickness, lands that grand entrance as well. 0 chance for escape for Flandre unless he's able to jump underneath this turret, but the snip comes in from Bin. There'll be 2 flashes for none, but that one is going to go in favor of Flandre going down.
Showed here, but if you look at the minimap, it is all blue wards lighting up this river. It's 3 minutes before the dragon, and really what BLG are doing is just trying to trap AL, see if anybody's going to step out of position.
I mean, maybe they do right here. Shanks not going to find a taunt onto anybody, but now it might be Shadow out of position. Kyle with the 2-man pop blossom, and the hero's entrance in from Shanks will take Shadow down. Now Elky flashes, not in the right position right now. Both of those summoner spells are out of the fight, and Tarzan's going to be able to get himself out to safety as well. But here comes Bin. He gets one more with the needlework, and curtain call has been opened up. It's Hope looking for that fourth shot on the Knight, and he crits him down. Bin and On now on the run, but not for long as Flandre will claim another. Anyone's legends dominate the fight around the Drake pit. Cooldown, weird bug there, but regardless, it's going to be Bilibili trying to burst this one down. Anyone's legends not in a position to take it just yet unless Tarzan just walks to the pit. No, it's Elk to secure it. The Crescent Guard comes out, but On is immediately the target. Tarzan, though, gets shut down, but the hero's entrance comes through and it knocks up 2. But already BLG in a good position as they win this fight for now. Hope with a deadly flourish to try to get something more, but Shanks is just 1v9ing in the Rift Herald pit. He's able to take one down with him, but overall BLG
but I could save Private On. So a forced fight, I think, coming in from BLG, recognizing the fact that they just got that summoner spell, or that ultimate from the support.
Another deadly flourish landed onto On, chunked him down to half. And the Dragon, second one of the game, secured by anyone's legend. It's the mountain, so it'll be an Ocean Soul across the rift, and AL in good position to claim that one as Tarzan's going right back in onto On. Has his flash available. The Conqueror's already been procced. There's the Crescent Guard. Kyle going in for the Pop Blossom, going now onto Shadow. They changed their target selection perfectly. Well, on the other side of things, it's Flandre getting soloed by Bin.
How much more can Bin actually get?
Will likely go down without having a lot of mana or that flash, but does find it worth it as he picked up a solo kill. And that's your one turn. Maybe another one onto Hope. The barrier enough to keep himself healthy enough. And Hope will get himself back on the board as now the mid-lane fight opened up. Shanks almost taking out Elk by himself. Tarzan that dashes in, but he gets canceled on finishing off that audacious charge. 3 talent strike lands onto On. The damage is big, but not enough to take anybody down.
That's really tight though. From
balanced all throughout.
Yeah, be careful. They're gonna start calling us BLG fans that were defending them so much in this game.
What? Gold with 1,000 gold. Come on.
I can already feel it, man. The back of my head, I can feel random Twitch chatter 59. These guys keep talking about BLG winning this game. Can they shut the... So, we'll see. We'll see. AL again.
Hey,
I like...
maybe a caster curse here. On the Knights. There we go. Nice job, Hulk. You did it. Tarzan
oh,
gets the
man.
kill.
Pendissimo, man. I'm getting an AL jersey in my mailbox in a couple days anyway. It's fine, guys. Well, with Shanks grabbing a top lane turret there, maybe there's a mid lane turret next up here for AL as well. There's a teleport behind. They want to try to squeeze. Can BLG punish?
Teleports in from Bin. Tarzan is at about half HP, but the hero's entrance is going to protect him for now. Pop Blossom, though, it lands on the Elk. Not even able to use the Feather Storm or his barrier before he gets taken down.
Shadow?
And now Shadow's the target. The 4th shot not going to finish the job. But AL get exactly what they want.
BLG
they get the
just overlooking, trying to really get anything from nothing.
And now they're just going to be able to Oh, he secured this soul point. Was there some sort of miracle steal? Nope, secured by Tarzan. Ocean soul point now for your defending LPL champion. Soul counting down.
Here we go.
Maybe they just think they have to start this objective off. On pop the Ghost to try to zone Flandra away, but Tarzan is going to be made aware of this rather quick. But look at the Otacon, it's burning very low. Tarzan has to get in there very fast, but he's going to get knocked up and not be able to secure the steal. So his Otacon picked up for Bilibili Gaming as they back out Scott.
Now. He's getting very close to level 16 on this Gwen.
And when he gets there, I mean, then the fights really start to turn around a little bit. Once Knight maybe gets another item, once Elk hits that, I guess that needlework and his flash available, but not level 16. Oh, what? A job from Kyle there to try to cancel some of those initial engagements, but now he gets collapsed upon. Not even going to be able to pop the Pop Blossom as it's on to pick up the shutdown. Weaver's Wall separating the fight out, but Tarzan's going to try to collapse in onto On. But it is BLG finding a comeback. Bim with the needlework, chunking out Flandra, but Tarzan and Flandra still alive, but not for long. Him and Shanks have to do the work, but the seismic shove connects. Shanks, though, with a 3-man taunt, going to try to find something, but BLG at a knife's edge get themselves the ace.
Wow, and that started with what looked like a heartbreaking tangle barbs from Kyle. The snap engage right onto this Nico. They kill him, they take the dragon. Oh wow, there's no grand entrance, that's perfect. And this is blind.
Look at Knight.
Right around the corner into this engage. And even the Galiold.
The finals, you count MSI, and now counting this series as well. They don't want to make it a 6 just yet.
So no teleport, we're fighting over nothing seemingly.
Tarzan getting very low, but there's a 4-man Pop Blossom. Elk forced him off the Featherstorm early, but On will go down first. It's a trade, jungler for Kyle, I should say. On still alive. But that's a 1-for-1 that overall is not the worst case scenario for
and
AL.
Weaver's Wall to stop him. That's cute. I like that Knight. Very cheeky. But with this Baron, look what else they're able to grab. This is a winning spot for BLG. They may have traded their jungler, but they get 2 turrets on this. And AL, they look lost without their ability to really find more.
Still left Baron for another wave. This might be the last one, but they're going to want to try to make it count. Shadow dashes forward here onto just the Nico clone. Knight trying to escort this wave in. And there's 4 members of the BLG pushing here on the bottom side. Looking for a little bit of poke. Oh, Shanks is down a little bit of health as well. Hope not able to find the poke as this is going to be that tier 2 tower falling. And now Bin can turn his sights towards the inhib tower. But overall,
a couple more items. Let's see if we can get one more onto Shanks. Maybe see if we can squeeze a little bit of golden experience for a player like Tarzan.
Right, instead, he's going to head back to base, pick up any last items, an elixir or something, and make himself as strong as possible for this fighter on the Baron. But it looks like instead On's going to pull the trigger first. Kyle gets caught out. Shadow gets himself the kill, and now it's a 5v4 around the Baron pit. Shanks now gonna get targeted here. He's in, it's a 3v1. Tarzan's not in a position to try to stop this, and here comes a teleport, but it's from Bin on the Gwen. He might have gone a little bit too far forward though, but here comes the snip snip. Shanks in a whole lot of danger. He flashes away, but lands a taunt on 2. Hope able to get a crit, but not a kill. Shanks is down as Elk will pick it up, and now it's a 5v3 across the map. Tarzan in a terrible spot as Bin will go golden. Knight not even able to land the seismic shove. Curtain call's been opened up. Not an ability to cancel this one yet, but BLG know they can retreat right back to the Baron Nashor and claim it for themselves.
Even on here, Baron being started for BLG, and look at where Hope is. He is all the way back in base.
They knew they could go because he's on that base timer right now. Tarzan's gonna have to try to find some steal. Can he get into the pit in time? No! The Summoner book Smite from On will secure the Baron Nashor, but will BLG be able to escape? The Deadly Flourish lands on as soon as he pops that quickness. Not gonna be able to find that engage onto anybody, and so BLG will instead look to retreat. And anyone's legends, they might not want to be able to let that happen. Hope gonna flash away from the Cyclone, and Kyle going to try to stun up Shadow, but he gets one shot before anything else can be said about it. And Hope will drop to Elk as he just dives onto the back line of anyone's legend. And Bilibili Gaming aren't done with this series just yet. They won't end up in the same fate as their matchup in MSI. They will take a game off the defending LPL champs, and they'll force a decider in the regular season.
Holy crap, Elk, he stepped forward and he wanted all of those kills. Shadow went hunting for Hope, and that's going to open up this series. It's going to make us a 1-1, tie everything up, and send us all the way to 3.
5 straight games, BLG had fallen to anyone's legend. That will not happen for a 6th.
They have the ability to really push their laners. This is a situation where Bin should be able to get priority versus Flandra, especially in the bottom lane. Elk and On can...
Legends does have the power in this draft. When you get Ryze and you get Senna fully stacked up, you know, you got a tier working here. The BLG don't want to make that happen, as now it is Dominus popped by Bin, gonna follow the flash up to make sure that Call to Meek lands, and Shadow comes in to pick up his second straight first blood.
Another...
Oh man, well, look at where we're at right now. BLG have that gold lead in game 3 with the new jungler. They're looking to try to have that miracle run continue as they go in onto the Drake. Shadow not able to get in there in time as it's Tarzan to secure the smite, but he should be able to get taken down by that Arcane Storm Knight's the one to claim the kill. But here comes the rest of anyone's Legends. Kyle in with that dredge line, forcing the flash away from On. Will there be enough chase? Will there be enough follow-up? Hope flashes over the wall to try to take down the Leona, but the Leona might just be too tanky. Somehow keeping himself alive, allowing for that permafrost stacks to land on the Hope, but it won't be enough for Shadow to try to finish the deal, a 1-for-1 overall.
May our observers go to the top side. Thank you. Test for wave priority and push. Seeing some top side fights. Remember, there's a Senna with her ultimate here. BLG to pick their fights carefully.
Oh, nice buffer, canceling that Zenith Blade here from Kyle. The culling comes out, but the Nautilus is eating the whole load of it. Not any much damage left onto it, but it will be a trade 1-for-1 as Tarzan EQs straight to his doom. Shanks, though, doing a ton of damage to try to bounce back a little bit, but it will not be enough, as down in the bottom side of things, it has been forcing a Flandre back by popping the Dominus.
Pops the Dominus and also kills the Maiden step up, maybe with these 3 grubs even get himself a turret plate. But a great trade nonetheless here for BLG as they look for something on a Hope. There's no cleanse.
Yeah, he's a very squishy Senna, not even gonna have the chance to use that cleanse before he just gets one shot by
multiple members, and they're gonna look to contest for the Herald.
Oh, Solar Flare, though, lands onto Hope. He has both of his summoner spells. It's going to be matched here by Kyle. An absolutely clutch depth charge will keep Hope alive. It comes at the cost of the Dragon, but a much-needed response for AL.
And now they're going to move over to this Herald. I don't know if this is their play. I don't know if they have the timer for this. It is a numbers advantage here for anyone's Legend. There are no TPs from either Bin or Flandra. And instead, Knight... he's going to TP for this. Instead of trying to contest, they're going to make this dive happen, at least maybe get a turret for themselves and get feats of strength.
Will Flandra try to stay around? He has the Maiden at his disposal. You have to use it quick. And now a teleport comes in from Shanks as well. Going to be a 2v3 unless Shanks doesn't get there in time. Flandra flashes away from the Glacial Prison, but still will get taken down. Shanks going to be able to make at least one go down alongside him, but it'll be a 2-for-1 overall. And the tower will still surely go BLG's way at the cost of the Herald.
Really nice dive, not only getting the flash from Flandra, but the TP as well from Shanks. And you get all of this gold, all of these assists onto your Victor. Very good play coming in from BLG, who we may have had some questions, we may have had some concerns, but so far in their first game back from MSI, it seems like they are getting back into the swing of things, whether that's some coaching staff changes, whether that is some player changes in our topside jungle. So another turret here for Knight. This Victor is going to be incredibly far ahead of the curve. Already 20 CS over Shanks, and maybe another fight coming on through.
Yeah, nicely done again by Kyle to try to cancel some of that initial engage, but the Solar Flare still will connect. The Arcane Storm doing so much damage, but finally here comes Tarzan. The Cataclysm is going to be his own demise, but the health bars are still low, and Hope is full HP on the backline alongside Shanks, but still, Shanks flashes forward, nearly takes down Elk. On will be the first target. Shadow and Knight now on the run, and Shanks and Hope save the fight for AL.
The huge carries of AL are able to make it happen. Realm Warp to try to finish this off. This is greedy, Shanks. Just go for the wave, brother. You're already behind this fight. There's a very large potential for BLG to go for Otacon afterwards. Let's just get Flandra his turret. Let's try to get him back into this game. I like that AL are willing to be a little bit more patient and trade the objective for a bit more time on the map. With both of these outer turrets already taken for BLG, they can't step too much farther up unless they want more people there. Say that.
On sent forward with the flag and drag. Elk gets hit up by the depth charge as well. A full fight has begun in the bottom side of River. And Kyla now has to flash away. Zenith Blade not going to land, but Bin coming in with a teleport with the dominance already popped going on to Flandra. But he's able to keep himself alive. Still 5 members strong for both teams, but no objective to fight over other than the Otacon. That BLG could have the
opportunity. Not only because of the Rise, but these teleports being so important. And because it is a Hextech Rift, getting around the map is really deceptive.
Shadow's just standing there right now. He finds the Glacial Prison on the Hope. He immediately cleanses away, but Kyle now in some trouble as well. He's down to less than 100
He's out.
HP, but Tarzan with a 3-man Cataclysm might have tried to save this fight. Shanks is very far out of position. He has a Seraph Shield, but it will not be enough. He's forced to go golden, but there's 4 members of BLG there to take him down. He gets one with him, but it'll be a one-way trip here as BLG still control the Rift.
And what this means now for BLG is that the solo lanes
are anyone's legend. Shanks is on the way, as you mentioned, having that ultimate at his disposal. But the Baron, Otacon is at 5,000 HP. Dawning Shadow comes over to the top. The health bars on BLG are starting to melt a little bit. AL regaining control of the pit. Shadow's going to have to get in there and try to claim this for his team if they want to have any chance. There's the Glacial Prison. In they go. Who's going to get it? It's secured by On. And now the Arcane Storm will start to rip apart the defending champions of the LPL. BLG find themselves the team fight. They get the Otacon. It's a double kill in for Bin and Hope's the last remaining survivor as Elk will shut him down.
There it is. AL unable to get in control of the Otacon, and BLG, maybe it's a honeymoon, who knows, man, but they are playing so much better than what we saw from them at the beginning of this series. Bin's going to go in mid lane, take down the mid-tier 2. The rest of BLG are going to go and finish off this turret. And hey, guess what? They can recall 30 seconds before the dragon spawns, and then some qualms about how they played game 2. This third game is feeling more and more like BLG. There's honestly, top lane has been a vortex of pressure as Bin has really taken Flandra to task once he's gone off of the boring Scion champs.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the big thing. Been the difference maker so far in this series. And now they're looking for Shanks. A beautiful Hex Gate over is going to cause chaos in the Baron pit right now. Shanks already down. Tarzan going to try to take down Knight, and he does, but he doesn't have a lot of health bars left. Hope is only alongside him for now, and Tarzan will try to get in onto Elk, try to finish off some sort of kill, but it'll be all for naught. Only Tarzan remains alive, and BLG are going to look to shut the door on this series. Shadow dashing forward, the new jungler, helping Elk secure the ace and help BLG get their way over to the Baron.
Bin is continuing to play side lane Renekton. He does not want to be a part of most of these fights. Opens up the inhibitor for his team. The Baron's going to go over to BLG. And AL, for as dominant as they've been, mechanically sometimes they do flounder. I think a big problem with them sometimes is their early games aren't as clean. From Bin while this is happening, and it cuts off Flandra from reaching. Just the rest of the team isn't there. AL look completely scattered. Maybe it's due to the fact that they haven't had a break in a while, but I mean, you're a top level team.
Going down on a Bin again, he just is going to not fall. Tarzan sends that Cataclysm straight to his doom once more, as in goes Bin, onto the back line. Giga Bin is back, and he is hungry for more damage, for more carnage in the LPL. He'll finally go down before picking up a double kill, but Hope will fall, and all hope for your defending champions is out the window. BLG lost in the finals, BLG lost in MSI, but they've had enough. They've taken down anyone's legends, and they will kick off the regular season with a bang.
I think an important win for them. We talked about